right, good evening, my fellow Americans. It is indeed Tuesday. Again, it's May 28th, 2024. I'd like to take this time to wish you all a happy Memorial Day. Those of you who celebrated Memorial Day, would like to take this time to pay homage to our fellow Americans who paid the ultimate debt. We could not ask for more from them, and then tonight, on behalf on so many Americans around the world and those of us abroad, would like to take this time to salute all the veterans who gave their lives to for this great nation that we have, that we call on our own. Tonight, we'd like to say thank you to your loved one, those who are still alive and who actually made the ultimate sacrifice. We live in this great nation because of your effort, your coordinated effort, and also your love and to serve. And tonight, we could not ask for a better representative in our great nation, which are you, the veterans. Well, thank you so much. All right. Well, folks, we already in the pretty much the last Tuesday of the month of May. We have quite a few things that we'd like on the agenda that we'd like to go over. And again, what we're going to be talking about this evening is, of course, the importance of this upcoming election. Again, tonight we can tell that there's quite a few things going on. We have the court, the trial that's going on in New York for former President Trump, and we're on the eve of a verdict. Most likely, a verdict could be reached tomorrow. And we hope everything to be in order. That's what we hope for. We're not asking for more. This is a country of law. This is a country of law and order. And this is what we ask for. And then justice will prevail. And tonight, in honor of President Trump, I'm wearing his regular red tie. And that was a question raised by by some of the viewers who saw me this afternoon going to the studio. And they wanted to know why Mr. Duverny is wearing a red tie. Well, man, he's an American president. I think it's important to see quite a few members of Congress who went to New York a couple weeks ago to pay tribute to him, to show support. Well, tonight it just so happened I'm wearing a red tie, but no allegiance here. Again, at the Robert Duverny Show, we don't pay any allegiance to any political parties. And we just happen to be here to present the news to you to the best of our ability, and of course to show some type of transparency. And this is what we want from our elected leaders, and this is what we want from you as well too, because you are the future of tomorrow. And those of you who are watching the Robert Duverny Show, you have made the ultimate sacrifice to be with us here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. You know, if it's Tuesday, if it's 2000 hours, there's no place to be but at the Robert Duverny Show. Tonight, just before we delve into our discussion this evening, I want you to call a friend, call a colleague, let them know that the Robert Duverny Show is already on, and it's time for them to log in. We're gonna have as usual at the Robert Duverny Show, we have topics that are relevant, topics that we deem that are necessary for the American folks, those of us here in the continental United States, and of course there's quite a few Robert Duverny Show viewers outside of the nations who tend to watch this in broadcast. Because right now in Europe, we're probably looking at we have a 7 hours differential. So it's already almost morning hours for them over there, 5 in the morning. So again, these are folks that when we do this show, we have them in mind, and we have you in mind as well. That's the reason why we think it's important to do the research and then conduct the research that are relevant, and then ensure no bias. And then this is what we do. Well, just before we delve into, we would like to say good evening to some of the viewers who will be logged in. First one is, of course, my lovely wife for the past 28 years, Dr. Geraldo Duverny. Has been a great view of the Robert Duverny Show. Of course, Ms. Bernadette Remy, of course, from the great city of Pembroke Pines. Also, the future graduate here, Day Hazen, and from Pembroke Pines, of course, will be graduating next week. Dayka, congratulations on your successful year at Flanagan Senior High School for completing your your requirements, and then you're on your way to success right now. Well, just before we go further, I'd like to give kudos to all graduates, all of you graduates who are loyal viewers of the Robert Duverny Show. Those of you graduate from high school, going to college, and college going on to university, and so on and so forth. And we salute you. We salute your hard work. And America is better simply because you believe in the American dream. You believe in doing your very best every day. And then we could not ask for a better audience. We pray that you continue to climb the mountain, climb the ladder, and in return, don't forget us. All right, America needs you. We need leaders like you to take the helm. We need leaders like you to take the mantle when we do say goodbye, and you can take the next generation to a better pasture. All right, that's our hope. Thank you. Well, folks, this evening, what I wanted to touch base with you again, since we are on the eve of hurricane season here, this Saturday will be Saturday, June 1st, will be the official hurricane season, and I encourage you to take heed, to do your due diligence by getting prepared. Right now, with climate change, we don't know what's in store for us. But then again, here in Florida, we know a thing or two about a hurricane. We've seen quite a few hurricanes here in the state of Florida. So far, we've been fortunate the past few years that we have nothing major that hit us head on. But then again, with hurricane, Mother Nature, you could never be safe. That's the reason why we encourage you, those of you from the Robert Duverny Show, to take heed, to be extremely knowledgeable of what's at stake, and do your due diligence, protect your home, protect your families, protect your loved one, the elderly, and there may be some folks who have no one to be lookout for them because they're probably old. And if you could lend a hand, I think that would be greatly appreciated. Anytime we do something of this magnitude, of this stature to another fellow, we've done exactly what Christ would ask of us. Help one another, love your neighbor like thyself. So it's important that we keep these things in mind. All right. So look who's here, Alicia, my lovely daughter from great city of Miami. Alicia, welcome back, Alicia. Alicia was visiting Georgia this past weekend. Welcome back, Alicia. And I'm sure you started school back today. I'm sure you're bright awake. And thank you for logging to the Robert Duverny Show. We have not seen you in a while, Alicia. You've made a great decision by logging to the Robert Duverny Show. Well done. All right. Well, folks, as I'm about to delve into the show for this evening, I encourage you to call your friend, Mr. Ambrose, one of the great teachers in Miami-Dade County, just logged in. We're fortunate to have a man of his caliber on the Robert Duverny Show on a regular basis. This is a man who, if he knows if it's Tuesday, if it's 8 p.m., no matter what he's doing, he'll stop it just to be on the Robert Duverny Show. Well, sir, America salutes you, and I thank you for being a loyal viewer of the Robert Duverny Show. We're celebrating the Haitian Mother's Day. Just this past weekend, it was Haitian Mother's Day. All the Haitian mothers out there, we'd like to take this time to salute you for your hard work, for always be the backbone of the family. We could not have done it without you, and I think America is better because of you. You instill in us great values, and we can only emulate exactly what you have told us from the get-go. Thank you, my lovely Haitian mothers, and all those mothers out there, of course, who celebrate the second Sunday of the month of May. We'd like to again say Happy Mother's Day to you. It's never too late to do good things, right? All right. Well, folks, as we are going to delve into the show right now, again, I encourage you to call a friend, call a colleague, send them some message, let them know the Robert Show is on. And then at the end of the show, I want your questions, okay? I don't mind you interrupt me because I'm here for you. Send me questions. Just log in, tap those questions, because I mean, you know what? That's what stimulates the show. That's what I'm here for. I've done the research, and I want you to really, hey, did he really did some research? Again, well, throw me some questions. I'll be more than happy to assist you. Well, again, look who's just logged in. My lovely maid of honor here, Tasha Joseph from the great city of Hollywood, just logged in. She's been a loyal viewer of the Robert Duverny Show, some show, and then well, tonight again, Happy Mother's Day. She's a wonderful Haitian mother. Happy Haitian's Mother Day. Thank you, thank you. Well, just breaking news just before I got on the air, we just learned that the Florida Supreme Court, again, we have the Florida Supreme Court just made it legal that you can be forced out of your vehicle if you've been stopped by a police officer. So again, folks, we live in a different time. I'm sure most of you, you know your right. You know the rights that you have, which is very important. But right now, the state of Florida Supreme Court has allowed that police officers can pull you out the car, force you out of the car if they have reason to. Again, the Fourth Amendment pretty much out the way when it comes to the state of Florida, search and seizure. Again, and we encourage you to when you get stopped, pull over. To be very nice to this police officer, because they have a tough job, and I understand that those police officers they've seen quite a few things, and especially the veterans one, and we have some bad people out there, folks. I mean, on both sides, we have some bad citizens and some bad individuals, and we also have some bad cops. And again, we're human, all right. So no human is exempt from being who they are. But then again, you should always, I encourage you to use caution and always be polite to the officers, because he has a job and she has a job, and then just so you just cooperate, and then that way things doesn't escalate. So now they have the court has authorized them. They can pull you out your car, and there's no such thing that you're not coming out the car unless they have a warrant. Those things are in the past. All right, just beware. And then if you don't want to come out the car, they have reason to arrest you. So you don't want that. Let's just cooperate, and then and always make sure that you have your insurance, your driver license up to date, and then you're driving within the speed limit. And at the Robert Duverny, I want you to come back here. I don't want you to miss the Robert Duverny Show on Tuesday. All right, due to the fact that you had some altercation with a police officer, or you have some dispute that resulted into an arrest, and we may have to bail you out from the Robert Duverny Show. We don't want that. So let's be mindful of what's at stake, and let's all go home. And I've seen so many people get shot for no reasons, and things that could have been handled with just no, I don't have it. I'm sorry. That's it. But again, I think we're gonna use our diligence to do what's right, and then and I think it's important that we share that with our kids, our children. I know most children may not know what's going on right now because they're probably on Facebook, because I don't think these things really go through Instagram. Although I'm on that platform also, Instagram, but I think it's important that our kids are aware of the new laws, and if it's the law, it's the law. You cannot circumvent the law. You just have to abide by it, and that's what we want you. You all law-abiding citizens. Let's go by what's the law asks, and then let's do our very best. Let's always be the one on the right side of the law. All right, just like I always want to be on the right side of history. When 20, 30 years from now, if I'm gone, I want to be on the right side of history. I want the future generation to know at one time there was a gentleman named Robert Duverny who had a show, but yet may have a small audience, but then again, he was always transparent and always on the right side of justice. And that's what I want from our viewers. That's what I want from you. That's what I want from our young kids, especially the minority kids. And we have so much baggage out there, so much at risk, and all you need is one bad day, and then everything fell off the truck, or whatever it may be. And next thing you know, it's history. So let's be mindful. Okay, thank you. Well, reason why I brought this subject, it was very important that clear some smoke. As the news comes in, it's my job to, because I know you're very busy with your daily activities, and I think it's important that we keep those things in mind. Well, before I get into the show, as Mr. Odilson's Ambrose just made a statement. He said, if you are clean and have nothing to hide, why not comply with the request? And they do wrong to you, let court handle it instead getting some charges. Well, Mr. Ambrose, I could not have said it better. You're a wise man, and that's exactly. If you know that you're on the right side of the law, and just comply, like you said, just comply. And if so, for some reason they do you wrong, there's a court that you can always go to and hold them to court. And then I think at the end of the day, you show class, you show that you're above the fray, and you didn't let the noise get into the way. And then I think that's very an excellent point that you made. And that's the reason why I encourage you on the Robert Duverny Show to always be on the right side of the law. And being on the right side of the law means that you complying with the requirements. Your license is up to date. Your tag registration is up to date. Your insurance. These are the things that the officer normally asks you for. I mean, if you're driving a car with the dark tinted windows, in some areas, then you're subject to be pulled over. All right, so just know your rights, and then let's stay within your rights. And then if somehow we have those who violate your rights, and then we can always, like Mr. Ambrose just stated, we can always go into court and then have your day in court, and that's all there is. All right, thank you, Mr. Ambrose, for point well taken. All right, well, folks, as you know, we just technically Saturday is June. So we're only looking at 5 months quoted, and they're using cell phone, and I think people trying to play with the system, and then we cannot rely so much so on the poll. But it tells me something else. It tells me something else with all the baggage that the former president has, and you would think that Mr. Biden will be sharp. It's like President. Let's see who had a clean slate. Let's say President Obama. The guy has a clean slate. They couldn't find anything on this guy, and they called him an alien at one point because they couldn't find anything on him. So they figured how come he had a clean life. Well, and in the likes of President Biden, he's a guy who had 50 years in the House Representative and the Senate, and 8 years as Vice President, and right now he's already had 4 years as Vice President. So he has a long tenure of public office service. So now, of course, there's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of statements that he made that he wish he could take back, and there'll be some votes that he took. He wish he could take those back. But again, it's like sending an email. Once that email is sent, you cannot take it. You can unplug the computer. Good luck, buddy. So you will find those baggage. So again, souls like Hillary Clinton. There's a woman who's been in the public eyes for forever, just like President Bill Clinton was. They both went to law school, Illinois, and of course New York. And they were President Clinton was governor in Arkansas, and then so his wife was the first lady of the state, and he campaigned, he became president in '92, and so on and so forth. So they've been in the public life, and First Lady Hillary Clinton served as Secretary of State. She served as a senator, and she's been around. So of course there's gonna be a lot of things and written about you. There's a lot of decisions that you made, and that could come back and haunt you. So unlike President Obama, who never probably just served like 2 years in the U.S. Senate, and then 2 years, of course, in the state legislature in Illinois. So there wasn't much about President Obama. But when it comes to Trump, Mr. Trump's been in the limelight forever as a real estate mogul, and his father was born in New York, and so definitely he's been an apprentice. Is a man who loves the limelight. He is the spotlight. He loves it. And then he's made some controversial statements, and although he never served in the public office, but again, that did not save him from getting himself in some hot water. and we all know what it is. Well, the reason I'm going with this, I figured I'd give you a little background, and with the two candidates, well, he's not formally the RNC candidate because they have to the convention. It's a formal process that they have to go through. Although we know he's going to be the one because there's no one right now. It will be too late for someone to come in and then to do things right now. But again, we're assuming it's going to be President Trump who will be the nominee for the RNC, the Republican National Convention, the RNC at the Republican National Convention, sometime in July, this next couple of months. And of course, President Biden, of course, will be the nominee for the Democratic Party at the convention as well. So the reason I'm putting these things is because we have a lot at stake. We have so many at stake that this election would be unlike any other. Reason I'm bringing this again is for you to be vigilant, do some homework. I encourage you, although you come to the Robert Duverny show every Tuesday, but I'll encourage you to look at some issues that are affecting you, issues that you want those politicians to really go after, that things that are in your best interest when it comes to your kids, when it comes to the climate change, the economy, all those other things that on the voters' mind. So gas prices, I mean, you at the grocery store, the cost of a gallon of milk, well, you know, all these things. I think we working on this. But then again, we also looking about the geopolitical. Who would you rather have at the Oval Office if there's a crisis that erupted around the world at a certain time? Would you like somebody with a sound mind? You know, these are the things that you need to, I mean, we're not here to sway you in any way, and I don't think it's the best way to do it. I mean, we don't use that scaring tactics, and I think that's something that's been done in third world country. And if you want somebody to vote, if you want to scare people, I mean, you tell them things that they can relate to. And then, and whatever you tell them, they'll follow you because they at the stage where they are scared. And then when you scare, you're willing to do anything because whatever they tell you to do, you will do it because you think by doing so, that will definitely get you off hook. So these are the things I want you to stay focused on. And then and the election is not only we're having a presidential election, we also would have the congressional election as well. Congressional elections are as important as presidential elections. I mean, those senators, those representatives, they're the one who actually will cast the ballot. If the U.S. president has an agenda, these are the guys who are more likely to carry that agenda. And so for how they do that is by going and twist arm either at Congress at the congressional level or either at the Senate level. So this is what they do. So it's important that we don't just focus on the presidential election, but we also look at the congressional ballot as well. And there's quite a few seats. A lot of governors will be the terms will be running out. There's a lot of things at stake, and I encourage you to take heed, to participate, get involved in your local politics, get involved, and this is what we want. We want an informed audience. When we have an audience that is informed, these politicians, they cannot play games with you because you've done your homework. That's what we want you to do. Do your homework, okay? Do your homework, and then if you have any questions, the Robert Duverny Show is right here for you. Say, I'm here for you. And thank God right now at the tip of your finger, you're either logging on you go on Google, or if you even go on Real Clear Politics. That's another news feed that I read a lot. Real Clear Politics, and it's not driven. It's very transparent, and it's not. They're not biased, so that's what I would want you to definitely look into. All right, folks, it's already 8:29, and I was hoping to have some questions. I guess I've said enough, and I don't know if you guys have any questions. And before we close the segment, and I encourage you to also, before we close out, to check your voter registration. Make sure you have these things updated. If you move, make sure you get these things done, because there's quite a few states they're doing us a disservice, and by not informing the residents of their polling place. And if you move, please update, just like you update your driver license when you move. So update your voter registration, and these things work together. They work hand in hand. All right, so make that way you know your precinct where you need to go vote, and especially if you're going to vote on that day of election. Now, if you live within some counties, they allow you within the 2 weeks. In most states, we used to have 3 weeks. They downgraded to 1 week. So they just don't want you to participate. There's a party out there that is, the job is to suppress the vote. The less informed you are, the better off that they are. So we don't want that. I think when we all participate in the political system, it makes it better, because we have a larger audience, a larger pool of ideas, and that we all can pick from, and then we all can reason with. And this is what we want. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Ambrose, it's very crucial. It's a crucial election, and I think every now and then all elections will be crucial. And reason why, again, I put a lot of emphasis on that. I always think about the U.S. as a beacon of democracy around the world. Let's say if we did not have presidents like Ronald Reagan, like Bill Clinton, like Robert Kennedy, actually not Robert Kennedy, but John F. Kennedy, the likes of Delano Roosevelt, and who really wanted the very best for America, would we have a nation that we have today? So it is our duty, it is my job, it is your job to do your part. By doing your part, you don't have to be a U.S. president. You have to be, by doing your part is you involve. You involve in any way possible, and that's when you're making your marks. Well, folks, I should leave you on this note. Again, it's already 8:32. We're 2 minutes past the 8:30 mark. I'd like to thank you for staying there with me along the last 30 minutes. Again, the Robert Duverny Show, we tend not to drag the show for too long, because we always leave room for you if you have questions. And we shall see you in not too distant future. The next time I'll see you, if God's willing, will be next in June. Since this is the last Tuesday of the month of May, we should resume our show in June. Thank you so much for being a loyal Robert Duverny Show viewer, and we look forward to seeing you. And then I encourage you to call a friend, and also advise them to subscribe to this channel. And then there's gonna be some prizes, because I know the summer break is coming up. There's gonna be quite a few prizes. Those of you who are bringing more folks into the fold, and there'll be prizes for you. So I encourage you to start doing that right now. When you come back, you can tell me how many people that you have signed up to the Robert Duverny Show, and we'll do the tally, and then a gift shall be sent to you via FedEx or some other means. Until next time, my fellow Americans, it was great to be at your home, at your desktop, at your gadget this evening for the Robert Duverny Show. We shall see you soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and until next time, have a good night. Thank you.